Oh, it's going to be worthwhile. Hi, everybody. This is Ron Hatton again, a.k.a. Gadget Man, coming from my new digs out in East Mesa, out on Anania Street, which is quiet, no homeowners association, and the neighbors are cool. So I get to come here and work in my garage. And as you may or may not know, Gaby has appeared from Indiana with her son's truck, Matt's truck. And we had, well, I'm going to let Gaby tell her story about the Gadget Man Groove and her interactions with me, and also the mileage gains and stuff along the way, because she's been going a long time without really getting any substantial mileage gains. And finally she comes down here, and well, I'll let her tell you in her own words. So Gaby, would you care to tell us about your experience with Gadget Man?
Awesome. In one word. Totally awesome.
Oh, thank you.
We've been trying to get together with Matt's truck for about a year now. I found out about him doing some kind of modification on the carburetor from a friend of mine in California. And we've been regularly communicating. I did send him a carburetor that he modified by cutting some grooves out in the carburetor. But the gas mileage still wasn't up there. It wasn't that big of an increase. But
how much was it?
I think like maybe a mile, you know, and sometimes yes, sometimes no.
So what did you start with?
What do you mean? What did I say?
With mileage?
Oh, 12 to 14.
12 to 14.
Yeah,
okay.
and then after the carburetor got put in, I was getting 15 to 16. And on the average, that's where it's been holding at.
Okay. So it's a 3 to 4 mile an hour, 3 to 4 mile a gallon gain, yes?
More like 1 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah, not very much. More like 1 or 2.
Not that is
and because this was a new idea that you had and were pursuing during our communications, text messaging, and over the phone. It was finally decided if I could get the truck here to you in Arizona, that you could tweak it out, because the help that I have back in Indiana, we didn't have the tools, and the know-how was too hard to explain over the phone. It was something, you know, a hands-on, you just have to. So anyway, I got here yesterday afternoon, and first thing that you did was to block off the vacuum hoses or remove them. Remove the airflow, and explain to me about the pressure and everything, and it's all common logical sense. Well, you said that the power should be different. And I mean to tell you, out there folks, I was totally blown away when I pulled out of this driveway and went to the main street out here and got on it. The power is at least a 50% increase.
Wow.
It's not 100% running. I'm talking about before I got here, it was running, but now it runs. I told Ron, I'm going to get in trouble if I don't watch my foot on the gas pedal, because it's really got some punch. I mean, the power boost is amazing.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I took it riding around last night, 51-mile trip, and logged it, and I was again blown away that I went from a 16 miles per gallon to 22.
Wow.
And
we did the math on that earlier. That's like a 37.
30. I think you said 37% increase.
37% increase. Yeah.
Just by that alone. And so I'm back here today, and we're doing continuing to do some adjustments and tweaking of the engine and or the carburetor. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the results on that are going to be.
So I got a question for you, Gaby. People ask me all the time the same question: does the Gadget Man Groove work?
Well, I say Gadget Man is grooving. Gadget Man is grooving. He's got something. I know I'm an amateur when it comes to the motors and the carburetors, especially. I've been getting self-educated more with the principles and function of the carburetor.
Right.
I'm told it's like the lungs in a human body, so that's helped me get a little bit better mental picture. But your knowledge and skills and experience are in the groove. You know what you're doing. And I called one of my sons back home last night and told him about trying to improve the mileage even more so, extend even more so, about reducing the size of the jets. And he was like, "Yep, he's on to it. He knows what he's doing. He's right there."
Cool.
So it's nice to, you know, meet someone, you know, that at first was a total stranger, and however you have that same common thing in mind, you know. The combustible engine, we're all kind of pretty stuck with that for transportation. Unless you know somebody with a different or better kind of engine, but most of
That's coming. That's coming. That's coming.
It is. Yeah, we're all...
well, let me ask you just one quick question in closing. All right, for people out there that's running the 70s era F150, 250, 350s, that's got carburetors on them, would you look right into Gadget Man land here and tell them whether they should or should not get the Gadget Man groove?
I'll look right in the camera and tell y'all out there, if you've got a Ford and it's an F-Series of any year, make or model, you've got to get online and type in www.gadgetman.com and
GadgetmanGroove.com, darling, thank you.
GadgetmanGroove.com, sorry, and hook up with them, and he's more than willing for you to call, email him, pick his brain if you're working on something. He's there to extend a hand and help you out. And definitely, if you've got a carburetor, you can mail in, and he'll mail it back to you to get the groove and help you tweak it out the way he's doing this one. It's definitely worth your time and trouble, especially with the gas prices starting to climb back up there again. Cleaner engine, too, by the way. The emissions, we had it in the garage, and there's no odor coming out the emissions.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's no emission odor, and it's really nice. It really is nice. You can sit and idle with your window open, don't have to worry about the wind, you know, bringing in a bunch of...
Yeah, isn't Mother Earth nice? You happy about us now?
Yes.
So, all right. Well, Gabby, we have a saying here in Gadget Man Land, and it's remember to smile for a stranger today. You've heard that before, haven't you? All right. So let's tell everybody out there, remember to smile for a stranger today. You ready? Tell them.
Sure.
Tell them.
Remember, smile for a stranger today.
You'll both be glad you did.
You got that right.
All right,
got that right.
So, guys, remember, it's always possible to make an improvement on no matter what your life is. Start it with a smile, and if you get an idea, work it through till you're finished. Make it work, because there's always a solution. God bless you all richly and warmly. Gadget Man here, signing off.